How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it today? Huh? I expect to be playing next week. 9-3. 1, 2, 3. Yes.
Welcome back to the 49ers State of the Franchise. Jed York here with me. It's always great to have you on. Jed and I are joined by a 49ers great, 4-time Pro Bowler, an all-pro defensive tackle, 49ers franchise leader in career sacks, one of the most respected players in franchise history. Bryant Young, welcome to State of the Franchise. How are you doing, and how are you holding up during this time?
You know what? I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on. I'm excited. This is, kind of a light in the midst of all that's going on, and holding up pretty good. I'm just excited for this day today.
Absolutely. Now, before we jump into your career, because we definitely have a lot to talk about, did you follow along with San Francisco's success last year? And if so, what was your biggest takeaway? And what's been your impression of the 49ers talent along the defensive line?
I followed them very closely, and, they're a very exciting team to watch. I loved how the chemistry of the team, the coaches, how the collaboration was there. The chemistry was great. They're just exciting to watch in a lot of ways. That defense, they cause a lot of problems and issues for a lot of offenses. You were hoping for number 6, and boy, we're that close, and I know we're that close, and it's going to happen soon.
If anybody knows about giving a quarterback a hard time, that would be you. But as someone who was a fixture with the 49ers for your entire career, what did it mean to you to be a 49er?
You know what? It meant a lot. Look at the tradition over the years, starting with ownership and the job that they do, the leadership and how it permeates downstairs through the coaches, through the players. And you want to give that back. There's a lot of tradition. Guys that started their tradition and then passing the baton. I took pride in that as a 49er. Passing the baton, taking that and that responsibility to continue that tradition. That was important to me. So I wore that badge, that emblem with pride. And so it was just an exciting opportunity to represent the organization and play for an awesome franchise.
And Jed, there's a Notre Dame connection here. Did that automatically make Brian one of your favorite players?
Well, it's more than that. You see what an unbelievable human being BY is. You couldn't ask for somebody to be a better football player and a better human being than BY. And, the cherry on top is obviously we're both Domers.
Can you talk a little bit about what BY meant to the 49ers franchise?
He's too humble, but I think he talked about it where the emblem meant so much to him. I don't think anybody's even close to the Len Eshmont Award wins that BY had. I think it's 8. He had a 3-peat in there and a 4-peat in there because he was always there was just no question that he was the heart and soul of the team. He was the leader of the team. And that's who he is as a person. And I think that's so understated, especially in a more current NFL where you just don't have players that play their entire career in one place. And we were fortunate enough to have BY his whole career here. And I think he was a great link to truly the past of the 1980s and early 90s teams that were Super Bowl champions, part of the last Super Bowl, and really brought that forward with him. I know just a conversation that we had the other day, BY's working with other former players around racial justice issues and race relations, and how can former players be helpful because he cares about the game and he cares about the team.
Brian, you spent 14 seasons in red and gold, and I've been dying to know, is there a memory that stands out most to you when you just reflect on your time as a 49er?
Well, there's so many great moments. Obviously winning the Super Bowl, but the relationships in the locker room, those are cemented. But also, having an injury and coming back from that and having the respect of my teammates, being honored with the Len Eshmont Award a number of years, that means a lot to me. There's so many great moments, but obviously the Super Bowl and then also being comeback player of the year, those things meant a lot to me as well.
Jed, how about you? Any memories that stand out from Brian's time in San Francisco?
I definitely remember the comeback player of the year and how how much he worked to get back. It wasn't necessarily on the field, but I'll never forget going into the weight room, and we have 200-pound dumbbells, like 200, and like most people can't bench press 200 pounds like on, you know, and those were specially made for BY, and you'd have to have like 3 people carry them over to him so he could start, you know, bench pressing literally 400 pounds with 200 in each hand. And I think it took until Larry Allen was here for anybody even to attempt to pick those up.
You know what? It's funny you mentioned that, Jed. I challenged Johnny Parker. I think the weight only went up to like 150 at the time. I said, Coach Parker, how do you expect us to get better, bigger, better, stronger if you only got 150 pounds and that's all you go up to? And so he got, you know, Coach Parker took a lot of pride in his work. And so he got so mad, he went and he walked away with a grin on his face, and he went and ordered them like the next day. And in about a week or two, you know, went on, and we had 200 pounds. So that's how those came about. But, you know, Johnny Parker was instrumental in getting those things in there. But I challenged him to help us get better.
Well, it worked.
BY, as I'm listening to you and I'm talking with you, I can't help but to notice your jerseys hanging up in your background. And with that, I'm going to toss it over to Jed, because I believe you have some news you want to share with the faithful.
You know, when I look at, I think I alluded to it, but when I look at BY on the field and off the field, I don't know that you could ask for a better 49er, and certainly a better person. And we are honored to induct Bryant Young into the Edward J. DeBartolo Sr. 49ers Hall of Fame. BY, congratulations. Thank you for everything that you've done for this organization, the National Football League, the game of football. I mean, you deserve this, and I definitely hope that there's another Hall of Fame waiting for you down the road.
Thank you so much, Jed. I am so thrilled for this opportunity. And when I look back and think about all that has transpired and how I got to this point, it took a lot of people that supported me, that were part of my village. And so I bring all those people with me. And this is very special to me, because when I talk about wearing the badge of honor and representing it in the best way I can, one of the name on my back, who I represent as an organization, and the guys that came before me, I wanted to make sure I left it way, way better than I found it. And so having this nomination and being enshrined in the 49er Hall of Fame means so much to me. And I thank you, Jed, and the 49er organization, Dr. York and Mrs. York, for this opportunity. And I'm grateful for this opportunity to be enshrined with many of the great players that have come before me. So thank you so much.
I wish that we could be doing this in person. I wish I could give you a big hug and a big handshake, and I look forward to when that's possible.
Yeah, thank you. Likewise.
BY, we appreciate you so much for joining us on here. And then also, just thank you for your contributions on the field for 14 years with the 49ers. Congratulations. We look forward to celebrating you as the newest inductee into the Edward J. DeBartolo Sr. 49ers Hall of Fame, and seeing your number lifted onto the 49ers Ring of Honor this year.
Thank you so much. I look forward to it as well, and look forward to embracing all that who has been a part of this. Thank you.